Let's talk about Stevie B.
Okay.
Tony, you have a relationship with Stevie B at all?
Yeah, somewhat. I mean, I met Stevie B before he, became Stevie B. The big
Right.
Stevie B. He's a cool cat. Uh, my relationship mostly was with PJ and Tolga because they actually engineered "Ain't It Good to You." They were actually engineer of "Ain't It Good to You." So, I met Stevie B. I know him, but I spent more time with PJ and Tolga working on "Ain't It Good to You."
Crash, I think you may have had a more intimate relationship with that camp, am I right?
Yeah, definitely. With Toga, Stevie B, I was basically like the editor over there at the studio, and a lot of the work that a lot of the freestyle songs they put out, they would have me and Kevin, or just me, or just Kevin edit songs for them, and that was my relationship. So it was always around that studio, mixing, pre-production, post-production, stuff like that.
I got one for you guys. How were the funds handled as far as
Just ahead. Right
record
there.
sales back then?
Mm-hmm.
Was there money coming in, or was somebody keeping the money?
It was
Yeah, it was
Have that story.
that's a whole other story right there.
It was money coming in,
Yeah.
but not as much as supposed to be coming in, cause like I was saying earlier, I didn't really respect the game. Kind of hate it now. I didn't pay my dues like a lot of rappers. Coming up, paying their dues, rapping, writing, taking years. I was like overnight success, so I didn't respect the game like I should have, and I didn't pay attention to my funds. Whatever they said I made. And like I say, I was more about the girls instead of the money, which
Right.
which was dumb and stupid. I know that now.
But you did sign a good contract, or at least one good deal with Foresight Records for Any Good to You. Can you tell us about that?
Well, I was not actually signed to Foresight when I recorded "Ain't It Good to You," so we went out basically on our own and executive produced the album, put our own money up, and when we finished it, shopped it around. So I had a deal with well, not a deal, but I had an offer from Joy Boy, which wasn't much. I think it was like $20,000 for the album and points up front. But the deal that I did with Billy was a sweet deal because I got all my production money up front, how much it cost, recouped all that money that it cost to do the album. Then I got $1 per album with no returns.
Now, have you heard the rumor that what product was returned to Foresight Records put them in a financial bind once the album dropped, and that they almost went out of business? Did you hear this rumor?
I think the first time I heard that rumor was on Facebook.
in that bass
From a
group?
guy from Papa Wheelie.
That's what we
From that Miami bass group shit.
Yeah, from the Miami. So that's the first time I ever heard that rumor, But if they almost went out of business because of that, I don't see how, because either "Ain't It Good to You" might have been the best-selling album in Foresight, because it kind of took it to another level, because Big Ace from Jam Point, I was the first one to record Big Ace and put it on, and we did, I think, a slow cut on that "Please Don't Go," which became a big hit.
Right.
And we had a lot of different. That DJ Crash did the he is DJ Crash with the editing. So that record was like a pioneer record, for hip hop.
Right.
And right after that, they released MC 80s. How much can you take? Crash, you did some production on that.
Yeah, did quite a lot of production on that album, and which to this day I still never got credits for it, but I did do some production on that album for Adrian, for ADE, and actually it was the Wiz Kids, Kevin and I did production on there, and that came out on Foresight Records as well.
Can you tell me a little bit about the deal that you entered to get that production onto the surface, and maybe why you didn't get the credit?
Because back then I was young, I say I was young and real excited about doing production and having more music put out, and wasn't really educated on, the business side of it. Just more like just the action of putting together production, putting together beats, going in the studio, not really worried about the paperwork or nothing like that.
There was no negotiation.
No
involved?
negotiation, no publishing or nothing like that. Plus, a lot of those songs back then used samples, so you didn't get a lot of publishing saying that it was completely your song, because some of that stuff, the samples ain't get cleared. We just was putting records out, so.